So when I started out and became a student technician, Mr. Berryman and Mr. Anderson both approached me. Mr. Anderson was very brief, but it was basically I shook his hand and he said, "All right, this dude knows his stuff." Because the first thing he asked me was, "What's inside a computer?" And he said, "All right, this kid's fine to be a student technician." And for Mr. Berryman, after that same day, he just put me in charge of iPad repair and iPad pickup, and that's been going on for 3 years now. And he bought me a pizza, and that simply sold the deal for me. I'm serious. All he did was buy me a pizza, and freshman year, I just decided right then and there that I'm going to just do this. And for the past 3 years, I've been getting pizza from Mr. Berryman for doing tech work. It's kind of nice. Story of my first computer goes back to my grandmother. She thought that because I was so interested in technology that I should start with a computer. She didn't think of any sort of console or anything like that. It was all a computer. Because my uncle was and is still an IT manager for a company out of San Antonio. He got $500 from my grandmother, and we went to a place called Altex and picked up a bunch of components. All I had no idea how to use or mess with at all, and my uncle put them together like a giant Lego set. And that was my first computer, because I was working on a 1999 touchscreen computer from my parents. And at the time, they had spent $1,500 on a touchscreen computer that was awful and was running outdated everything, including Windows Vista, which was one of the, it's known as the crash software of its time. It was awful. But getting my own computer allowed me that extra freedom to upgrade, for one, and be able to do my own things without having to deal with interference from my parents or any of my family. I'd have finally my own thing to myself.